Hi everyone, in today's reading we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what messages are coming through for you right now and what messages do your tarot guides want you to connect with energetically. Before we begin the reading, I just want to say that today's video is being sponsored by Rose Forever. Thanks guys so much for sending me these beautiful bouquet of roses. Just a little bit about the brand. Rose Forever is a New York based brand that launched back in 2019. They design luxurious rose boxes with natural roses that do keep for up to a year. They also use all natural oils to preserve the roses, and the bouquets that you see here are being handcrafted by professional flower artisans. All the materials used to cover the boxes are vegan, even the pink suede and the black velvet ones. Their preserved roses come in special colors, and they're created through a natural process of pigmentation to keep the rich, intense shade, and they're all allergen free. There's an enormous choice of rose colors and boxes, shape, size, and materials. So all you have to do is just find your perfect combination for your interior design. Now, the company got inspired by Parisian chic style, and they've also developed multiple design options due to customers and influencers' feedback. Right now, you could get $25 of any purchase from Rose Forever. All you have to do is just visit their website. Link is in the description box below, and use the special code BLACK25. Once again, their link is going to be included in the description box below, and use the special code BLACK25 to receive the $25 discount code and enjoy your roses. Okay, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and let's begin with the reading. Bottom of the deck, you've got the Hangman. There is an energy coming through from someone's person very strongly. It feels very intense, okay? And this energy feels like a tidal wave of emotions. It feels like a tidal wave of attraction, of passion, of chemistry, but also it's mixed in with some negative emotions, like for example, regret, nostalgia, and all of these emotions are hitting this person like a ton of bricks. I don't necessarily know why right now, but it just feels like all of these emotions are washing over this individual. Now, this is someone who, this connection between you and this person that you're feeling and that you felt is very intense. And you both intensely feel the connection, you both intensely feel the emotions, and you both intensely feel the pull towards one another, especially in the early stages of the connection. Okay, especially when you first met, when you first connected, you know, that first dinner date, lunch date, conversation, that first cup of coffee, glass of wine. The both of you felt this connection very intensely. And you both were quite drawn and pulled towards one another. However, it just feels like maybe the both of you, actually maybe one of you sort of jumped into it, and the other person was initially hesitant at first. Okay, not because they, you know, they didn't feel the attraction or they didn't feel the connection, but because this person, it's because this person felt the connection and felt the attraction so strongly. They have this, they feel it so strongly, so much so that they pulled away. Okay, so this person has pulled away or is currently pulling their energy away from yours and away from this connection. Now this person they feel as though they have this unexplainable connection with you, or this person feels like they have, you know, this unexplainable connection with someone. And it's almost like this person feels as though they've known the other person forever. Even if they've just met, they felt like they had this instant connection with you. And usually that is a sign that whatever it is that you're about to pursue the connection, it's a sign that there's, you know, this is something bigger. Okay, this person felt a soul connection with you. So much so that it got really intense and it got really overwhelming very, very quickly. Okay, which is what has led to this person to pull away. Right now, this person is feeling very flustered with themselves, okay? You might be in no contact, no communication with this individual. This is someone whom you might have not spoken to this person in a long time. Or, you know, you guys are in a very stagnant phase of a connection right now. But what this person is feeling is they are feeling this strong connection, but they're also feeling very flustered and very confused about, you know, what it is that they're feeling and what steps they need to take next. Okay, this is someone who wants to pursue. This person and their energy strongly indicates that they want to pursue a romantic connection with you. Okay, because you might have just stumbled. You guys just stumbled, you know, onto each other. And very randomly, you might have sort of just stumbled into this connection. But after, you know, interacting, even after only a few minutes, the both of you just felt very comfortable with one another. The both of you felt this sort of ease with one another. Okay, and it's like you have not been able to explain this connection. You have not been able to explain this attraction, and neither has this individual. And the both of you know, just especially in the early stages, you know just how thrilling it was. Look, whatever it is, this person is still experiencing, okay? You know, the intensity of this connection, the intensity of the attraction. And when I say attraction, it's not just a physical attraction, okay? You guys, you and this person, your energies connected very quickly. And your energies, like you are both physically attracted to each other, but there's also this emotional attraction. There's also this like a mental attraction as well. And for some of you, look, it could be love at first sight. Okay, it could be love at first sight. But, you know, this strong initial attraction that you have to one another, you might be surprised to know that it's fizzled out a little bit. Even though it was, you know, it began out so strongly and so intensely, right now, because of the stagnant phase of the connection, it has fizzled out, okay? The attraction hasn't necessarily dissolved entirely, but it is fizzling out only because this person, okay, they are strongly attracted to you and they're not opposed to the idea of pursuing a relationship with you. They're not, but they're just feeling very flustered right now. They're feeling very flustered with themselves. Also the casual way in which they approach this relationship. Okay, so they obviously understand that, you know, what the two of you have is a very strong, deep connection. Okay, and there's been some specific signs that have, when they met you or when you have met this individual, there's been some very specific signs, guys, that have shown up almost instantly or immediately after you've met this person or after you guys have connected with one another. And the both of you right now, even though you might be not necessarily communicating, not necessarily talking with one another, you're both feeling each other's energy. Okay? And all you have to go by right now is emotions. And you're picking up on their energy, okay? And you're picking up on their vibration. And they're doing the same as well. They're kind of mirroring that energy back to you as well. And whatever it is that you're feeling right now is basically enough to validate that, you know, what you feel for this person and how you feel about this person is very deep and almost even unexplainable, right? The thing is, I feel like what you and this person have is a spiritual connection. But I think that before you even, because for some of you, I feel like you've just met this person not too long ago. It may have only been a few days, a few weeks, or even a few months. For others, you might know, you might have known this person longer, but it just feels like they may have pulled away, okay, because of the intensity and just how overwhelming they've found their feelings for you. They've pulled away and they've distanced themselves, and in doing so, it feels like they've robbed themselves of the opportunity to really connect with you on a much more deeper level, because the energy seemed to indicate very strongly that this connection is characterized by a soulmate or like a psychic connection even, okay? And this person felt something with you and it kind of scared them. Okay, it might have also scared you, that, you know, you might have also felt something with this person, especially when you just met. It's like, it's hard for you to understand, it's hard for you and for this person to wrap their head around, but that connection just felt very deep and unexplainable. Okay, and when something feels that way, it's usually, you know, it's usually considered as divine. Now, with this person, what's happening right now is they're drowning in their emotions. I've mentioned there's a lot of regret in this person's energy. This person is not comfortable showing you how they feel about you, and this person is not comfortable showing you their emotions, okay? What happens is, this is a type of individual who likes to always put the best foot forward, okay? And this is the type of person that I feel like they're impressionable, or they have this need to impress other people, even if that means they're going to lose their authenticity in doing so, okay? And right now, this person, you know, as strongly as they feel their feelings for you, and as overwhelmed, as flustered as they are right now, this is why they're pulled away, because they do not want you to see that. They do not want you to see what's going on with them internally. They don't want you to see what's going on with them emotionally. And this is why they're pulled away right now. There's something here, their mental state right now is not in a good place. Okay, there's a lot that's going on with this person emotionally. You know what I find really interesting is that you have introduced this person to a part of themselves, or even parts of themselves that they never knew existed, or that they were never able to connect with. Like their inner child, for instance, right? There's something about your energy and the way that your energy has interacted with their energy, the way that your energies play with each other. There's just something about them, something about you that has made them relearn parts about themselves. And that's pretty intense. I don't know how you did it. I don't exactly know. I don't even think you might even know how you did it. But the thing is, because it can be very difficult to see yourself from different angles, right? But there's just something about your energy, and there was something about the way that you approached their energy, and you approached this connection, that has made this person see themselves from a different angle. Okay, now they started to see more of an align also with their strengths, but also like their triggers, their trigger points, their goals, their aspirations, and their fears, the things that make them happy in life, okay, and the things that trigger them, their emotional cues. So this is also one of the reasons why this person has pulled away, okay, because there's something here that has really got to them. There's something here that they've relearned, okay, or there's something here that they've connected to an aspect of themselves that feels a lot for this person. It just feels like they feel very flustered, and you know, they're trying to relearn or trying to reconnect with parts of themselves. The thing is, this person feels like the two of you have shared some you or someone here feels like that you and this individual have shared some very magical times together. Okay, if you and this person are in a no contact, no communication period, I feel like it's very important for you to know, and I hope you are comforted by the fact that this person still thinks of you, and this person still feels very energetically connected to you. Okay, so even if they're not necessarily talking or responding, or if you guys are in a bit of a turbulent situation, I think it's, you know, it's important for you to be comforted by the fact that this person still feels connected to you, and I think that you also feel their energy pulling on yours. Okay, someone here is not able to get you off their mind. Okay, even if this person isn't communicating or hasn't necessarily told you this, I feel like this person will never forget you. The magical times that you've shared with one another, and also the way that you have been able to help them relearn those parts of themselves and reconnect with their inner child and reconnect with aspects of their individual self. Now that's pretty big. You have done a lot for this individual, and you know, they're never going to forget you. They're never going to forget the connection that you share or the connection that you've shared. And the thing is, I find that this person, okay, or find someone here is constantly wrapped up in someone else's energy. Okay, and this is why, you know, even if you're not talking with this person, but if you find yourself constantly thinking about this person, or if you find yourself like if you just almost hear or see their name pop up everywhere, or if you see signs and synchronicities that keep popping up, you know, relating to this person and relating to this connection, it's because what's happening is energetically you're still very much connected, and energetically you feel that this person is pulling on your energy. So someone here is constantly wrapped up in thoughts of the other person, and they're lost in daydreams about, you know, what it felt to spend those magical times they shared with you, and what it felt like, you know, when they were around you, and just how exciting and thrilling it felt when you were, you know, when you were spending time together. This person's thoughts is centered around how to make you happy or how to make the other person happy. Okay. Also, I'm seeing that someone here, you know, they might not be communicating, but I feel like this person has gone or has reached out. I feel like someone here has reached out to a tarot reader. Okay, and they reached out to a tarot reader to ask about you. Okay, because remember how I said early in the reading that this is someone who is, you know, who has a hard time showing you their emotions, showing you what they feel inside, showing you, you know, their vulnerability. Okay, so they have a hard time doing this. Just because they don't show you vulnerability, or just because they don't express their emotions, doesn't mean they have none, doesn't mean that they're not vulnerable. So instead of, you know, showing you that vulnerable side, because they're so uncomfortable to do so, they've reached out to a tarot reader. Okay, and because you guys are like no contact, no communication, so I don't know if they've blocked you, or if you've blocked this person, or if you've lost their number, or if this person just does not feel like communicating right now. They do want to find out as much information as they can about you, and I see that someone here has gone to a tarot reader and they've asked about you. And this is what the tarot reader has said. Okay, the tarot reader has confirmed that what you have felt all along, that the two of you do have a very deep spiritual and a very unexplainable and a profound connection. But also what the tarot reader has said is that both of you are quite intuitive. Okay, you and the person that you're connected to are very intuitive. And because you're both so intuitive and in tune with one another, you are able to connect on a very profound level. But what happens is a little bit more patience is required in this connection. okay? Depending on your individual situations and depending on where you're at in the relationship and this connection, there's one individual here that needs a little bit more time than the other person, okay? Now, that's not to say that the other person is being hasty or is being impatient, but it just feels like there's, you know, one individual needs a little bit more time, basically in order to surrender to this deep connection, okay? And this is the same individual that has pulled away, the same individual that has, you know, suddenly stopped talking or suddenly stopped communicating or is acting, you know, emotionally distant or aloof here. Okay, because what's happened is this person feels so, the both of you feel so deeply connected. The both of you feel so deeply connected that you're able to feel each other's emotions. Okay, so this person that has pulled away, not only are they feeling and they're trying to process their emotions, but they feel such an emotional connection and an emotional attraction to you that they're also picking up your emotions, your vibrations, your intentions, okay? They're picking up on your energy, and this is really, really overwhelming. And this is a level of vulnerability that they're just not ready for, okay? So if you're the one that, you know, wanted to dive head and heart first into this relationship, but if your person was the one that was initially hesitant at first, it does not mean that they weren't feeling what you were feeling, okay? It doesn't mean that, you know, the feelings or the emotions aren't mutual, because they are, but it just means that this person, okay, your person is not able to surrender to themselves and is not able to surrender to this connection just yet, okay, to this very deep and profound connection. Okay, so it's important for you to know, and I think this is what the tarot reader also has said to, you know, your person, or said to the individual, whoever it is that has reached out to a tarot reader, whether it's on YouTube or, you know, outside of YouTube, but whoever it is that has reached out, the tarot reader has said here that this isn't about this distance and this separation, this disconnection that you're feeling. It's not really a disconnection, because you guys are still very much energetically connected, but this, you know, this distance right now, it's not about a lack of connection, okay? It's not that at all. Or it's not even about the potential that, you know, this connection lacks, because it doesn't. It's there. But it's more about one person's, okay, hesitancy to surrender to the vulnerability that comes with this intense connection, if that makes sense. Okay, because this, speaking of potential, this has a potential to be a very deep, loving and intense relationship. And that can be a very scary and frightening thing. Shallow relationships do not bring the intensity. They do not bring the bliss, the intensity, the fulfillment that, you know, such a deep connection does. Shallow relationships don't trigger you, okay? They don't encourage you to become better. They don't challenge you. They don't bring up old emotional wounds, okay? They're just shallow, surface level, right? But as you can imagine, deep relationships, they do all of that. So if you're finding it, you know, if it's very confusing to you why your person is quiet, or why they've pulled away, or why they're acting weird and distant, even though you know this is someone who felt, you know, what you feel. What happened is this person is, you know, is pulled away, but there's this tidal wave of emotions that this individual is now drowning in. And, you know, this person, and because of this emotions and because of this intensity, this person is really hesitant when it comes to this connection. Okay, but the thing is, there are signs. There are signs, there have been signs, and you will continue to have signs that this person feels the same way that you do. Okay, the attraction is mutual. Okay, and one of the signs I feel like was the eye contact. And I think the eyes, you know, the eyes always give it away, right? When two people connect, they've got this special look in their eyes. And that's the look, you know, that's the look that you gave your person. That's the look that your person gave you. Yeah, pay attention to their eyes, okay? It's something when you're with them. It's like they're constantly fixated on you, or your eyes are constantly fixated on them. It's like, you know, you guys lock eyes. It's a very eye contact, can be a very deeply intimate experience. There's something about their smell as well. Okay, this was one of the signs that some of you were experiencing. Now, I don't know if you're crazy about their perfume or the fragrance that they wear, or if it's something that, you know, a smell that, you know, it could be their pheromones, okay, because that plays a huge role in attraction, right, and feeling a connection to someone. But it could also be, you know, it could have something to do that maybe brings you back to a part of childhood, or it's something that reminds you, okay, you know, something that reminds you of your childhood, or it's something that you feel very connected to. So this point in time, okay, their no contact, no communication, or their distance is not an attempt to dismiss. It's not an attempt to throw the connection away. It's important that you don't interpret that as such. Okay, what has happened is, you know, they approached this in a very casual type of energy. They did not expect to fall in love with you. They did not expect to feel their emotions as intensely as they do. But what's happened is it's kind of all backfired because of the way that they've approached this connection, the very casual approach. It's kind of backfired on them. And right now they're finding themselves having to deal with all sorts of emotions. Okay, this person has a very strong attachment to you. They could be watching your social media. They're constantly thinking about you, daydreaming about you, even having dreams about you as well. And they cannot let you go for those reasons that we spoke about. They cannot let you go of your energy. They cannot, and you can't let go of theirs as well because of how intensely this is. I'm also seeing that someone here has been stressing a lot. Someone has been stressing a lot, and someone here is thinking about you a lot. So do expect communication from this person, okay? Because what's happening is this person has loved you or is loving you very quietly, okay? What do I mean by that? They're not communicating that to you, and they're not necessarily showing you that right now because you guys aren't seeing each other, or you guys, you know, aren't necessarily pursuing the romantic connection, but they're loving you from a distance, okay? They're sending you good vibrations. They're sending you good intentions from a distance, but they're also very scared, and they're scared to let go of their fears as well. This person is missing you a lot, okay? Or someone here is missing someone very, very deeply, and they're having a hard time opening up. They're having a hard time processing all of their emotions. They're constantly thinking about you, but the thing is, they're not doing much about it. They're holding themselves back. They're keeping themselves stagnated. This person feels as though you are moving on, or you have moved on, and it honestly breaks their heart. Okay, it breaks their heart to think that you've moved on, or you've forgotten about them, or that, you know, if they continue to act distant, or if they continue to keep go on with their silence, it breaks their heart to think that, you know, you're going to stop loving them, or you're going to forget about them. But the thing is, what they're feeling is so intense that they need the time and the space to work everything through. And even though this person has a sudden urge to come forward, sudden urge to contact you, talk to you, communicate with you, see your face, they're stopping themselves, and they're not doing anything about it, which is really frustrating here. It's also frustrating themselves. They frustrate themselves as well, but they don't know why they do what they do, okay? And there you have it, guys. So for those of you that are in a no contact, or if you're in a separation phase of a connection here, I feel like it's important for you to find comfort in the thought that this person is thinking about you, okay? And this silence, or this, you know, this turbulency between the both of you is not an attempt to dismiss or to throw away the connection, okay? It's just that you know, there's a tidal wave of emotions right now, and they're really overcome and overwhelmed with all sorts of emotions, positive ones, but also negative ones. And because you guys are so attuned to one another, this person is, you know, not only feeling their emotions, but they're also feeling yours. So it's like they're drowning in these emotions and they're having a hard time processing. But just because there isn't contact communication now doesn't mean they won't reach out. Because the other thing that the tarot reader has said, and I don't know if it's to you or to this person, is just to give it time. Give it time, okay? And don't force this connection. Because you didn't force the attraction. You know, when you met and you sort of stumbled into this connection, you sort of stumbled onto one another, that wasn't planned, that wasn't forced. I mean, a lot of you weren't even expecting it. It's almost like this person has come out of the blue, or it's almost like this happened really unexpectedly. And it wasn't in your plans, okay? It was in the plan of the divine. It was definitely in the plans of, you know, divine and cosmos and source, but it wasn't necessarily in your plans. You were kind of like wanting to spend some time, you know, being intentionally single, or this person was wanting to spend some time being single. And then next thing you know, you guys have stumbled into each other and into this connection. And you just have to give it the space, okay? You just have to give it the space and the time, because, you know, as we spoke about earlier, there's just one person here. And I don't think it's both. I just think there's one person here who's just not ready for, at least not right now, okay? That's not to say they'll never be ready. So in a week, you know, in a couple of weeks, couple of months from now, they could be that much more ready. But right now, they're just not ready for the level of vulnerability that this connection, you know, has. Okay, and I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. Please show your support by subscribing, liking, and commenting. And for those of you interested in a personal reading, feel free to reach out. Thanks, guys, again for your time, your energy, and your attention. Bye for now.